Welcome to the show, everybody. It's me, Ben, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I figured we'd sit down and do something a little bit different. We're not reacting to anything today. Today, I'm just answering and addressing some assumptions that y'all have about me. Typically, I don't feel like I get the opportunity to give y'all any information about me, except sort of like organically through the way that we react to stuff on the channel, and we hadn't done anything different like this in a while, so I figured we'd switch it up today. So yeah, welcome to the video, y'all. If you don't already follow me on Twitter and Instagram, be sure to do that. Shout out to everyone that sent in assumptions over on Instagram. I appreciate y'all very much. Some of them were interesting to read, but I ended up selecting some that I think are at least somewhat informative. But yeah, most of them were just people saying, Ben, can you please react to this? And I was like, that's not an assumption, that's a request. Anyway, but welcome to the video, y'all. Be sure to follow me on both Twitter and Instagram. Hopefully I'll remember to edit those in. But yeah, without further ado, I have like a list of like 25, I think, assumptions that I've kept. I may not include all of them in the video, but we're gonna get straight to it. I'm gonna try not to make this longer than it needs to be. Let's do this thing. All right, first one, you're a bit shy and introverted at the beginning, but you're extroverted with friends. Yes, this is true. A lot of people sort of tend to, so this assumption is correct, but it tends to be that people assume the opposite, that I'm very extroverted. That's not true. I am a complete and utter introvert, but when I'm with the people I really care about, I certainly seem like an extrovert. I get a lot of energy from being alone, but when I'm with my people, I get that same energy. Does that make sense? You hate avocado. No, absolutely not. Avocado is easily one of my favorite foods in the entire world. Not just like, well, wait, is it? Oh no, now I'm gonna spark a debate. I don't actually know if avocado is considered a fruit or a vegetable. I would think it's considered a vegetable, but now I'm questioning myself. Either way, no, I love avocado. You're sensitive but positive, who doesn't like to show sadness. Yes, doesn't like to show sadness. Yeah. I do my best to be as open as possible with my emotions when it comes to making videos, but especially in my personal life, I try not to, I don't know, I don't think I try to suppress my emotions on purpose when I'm out and about, but I certainly prefer people to know me as like a sort of strong-willed, not overly emotional person. Does that make sense? I feel like a lot of people can relate to that though. You seem very real in your videos and you aren't putting on a persona. Yes, and I've talked about this before, but I think I'm probably at my truest form when I'm making a video. Because I've been doing YouTube and, you know, streaming on Twitch for so long, it feels like it would be exhausting for me to have put on an act this long. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes I'm even more likely to put on a face for family or for friends maybe that I haven't seen in a while. Just because you don't want people to maybe be like concerned for you or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, yeah, when I'm making a video or I'm live on Twitch, that's like the most raw form of me that you can see. You're more of a girl group stan than a boy group stan, but you like both. See, the thing is, this is true. And a lot of y'all are gonna hate that answer, but I got into K-pop thanks to girl groups. That's just the way that it is. Do I listen to more girl groups than boy groups? In my free time, yes. I think on YouTube, I react to more boy groups, but that's partly because there are just so many more requests for people. So many of you just end up requesting boy groups, which is fine, because I love boy groups, and I'm interested in all types of music. But in my free time, I definitely listen to girl groups more. Your kindness and sincerity has often been taken advantage of in the past. P.S. Stay safe. I wouldn't say that my kindness has been taken advantage of. I think, well, I guess maybe so. I was gonna say, I think maybe I was a little bit too naive with people. And that's like me though, to blame myself rather than blame somebody else. But I think that's sort of like a healthier way to look at it. I don't think my kindness was taken advantage of. I think I just needed to be more aware in the past. That's what I'll say. I think you're a pretty awesome person to party with. Yeah, I'm fun. I think I end up having a good effect on parties. I'm the guy that comes in super excited, gets nice and well, tipsy, sloshed, whatever you want to say, relatively quickly because I'm a lightweight, and and then, you know, I'm vibing for the rest of the night. But yeah, I like to think that I'm pretty fun to party with, yeah. You leave the smallest amount of juice in the carton so that you don't have to throw it out. No, but my roommates do this, and I hate it. You really enjoy making reactions, especially because your friends don't listen to K-pop. Yes and no. I do have a couple of great friends that do listen to K-pop, and obviously I've made tons and tons of friends through making videos in my Discord, on Twitter, Instagram. So I'm able to talk with K-pop about them all the time, but it is nice because the two roommates that I live with and the majority of my other friends don't listen to K-pop or just don't really care about it that much. So let me read this again. You really enjoy making reactions, especially because your friends don't listen to K-pop. It's nice because it definitely gives me an outlet to be a fan. I think I wouldn't. I think you're right. I think it means a little bit more to me just because I can't talk K-pop with everybody. You know what I mean? You low-key get frustrated reacting to too many videos. Sometimes yes. Sometimes yes, but that's only because if I really don't want to do it, I don't. I just put it off till the next day or another day when I'm feeling better. And I've never sat down and forced a video. I think that's pretty obvious. Y'all would be able to tell. But sometimes it does get frustrating. The only times it really gets frustrating for me is when like 8 videos will drop on the same day. And then the day after another 7 will drop. And most of that has been happening because over the last like month and a half, 2 months, all of these groups and these artists are coming back because they weren't able to drop back when the Rona first hit, obviously. And now they're able to crank out these comebacks or debuts in some cases. Those are the only times that I get frustrated just because it means I'm working like 8, 9, 10-hour days when I had already sort of woken up and been like, man, I'm really sleepy. I'm not sure if I want to crank out a ton of videos today, you know? I always have time to sit down and make a couple videos and stream. But it's not every day that I'm willing to crank out 10 videos. You know what I mean? Hopefully that doesn't sound too self-centered, but I hope I got my point across. You're a very hard worker. Yes, if I don't work at least a little bit every day, I feel like I'm wasting the opportunity that I've been given. I've wanted to be a content creator like this since I was in middle school, literally. And I've talked about that in other videos. I don't need to go into the little emotional, you know, story about how all that happened. But yeah, I think I'm a really hard worker because I know that, well, the main reason I'm able to do this full time is because of your support. But the other reason I'm able to do this full time is because I grinded my ass off. And I'm not afraid to say that. I've worked really, really hard, but I work really hard because I care about it. I love the music that I get to listen to. I love being able to share that excitement with people like you. And I don't want to, now that I've been given the opportunity to do this full time, I don't want to waste it. So every day that I wake up, I'm like, you know what? You've got the energy. You can totally sit down and make a video. And that's why we haven't missed a day. We haven't missed an upload day in a very long time. And it's also why I post multiple videos a day. But yeah, I'd say I'm a very hard worker because I really don't want to just take advantage of what I've been given. You know, I get the vibe you were popular in high school. No, no. I was friends with just about everyone, but not close friends with just about everyone. I was the type of guy that people could sort of turn to in class to ask a question, or in the hallway they'd say, you know, what's up? But I was never like, oh, Ben's cool. You know what I mean? Here's the thing. I thankfully wasn't bullied a whole lot in high school. Was for certain things. Everyone gets a little bit bullied, you know what I mean? At least where I went to school. But no, I certainly didn't feel like I was popular, and I was cool with that. I liked being someone who was just sort of around and that people could rely on if they needed me. You have never been in another country. No, that's also false. I spent the first 8 months of my life in Salzburg, Austria. That's a long story, but if you really want the explanation behind that, come to stream one day and I'll explain it. A lot of y'all know the story anyway, so if some of my older subscribers know and feel like talking about it in the comments, feel free. But I've also, when I was in late middle school, I was able to take a trip to Italy. It was like an 8-day trip. We went to Rome, Florence, and Venice. And that was awesome, especially as a middle schooler to be able to get out of my, you know, sort of South Carolinian surroundings for a little bit, long enough to go and visit such an amazing place like Italy. And I would love to go back one day. There's so many other places I want to travel as well. Literally, I can't think of a place that I don't want to travel now that I think about it. But yeah, I have been out of the country before, so yeah. Type of person who stops to pet a dog on the street if allowed to. Yes, I love dogs very much. I have a golden retriever back home. Her name is Pippa. I love her very much and I miss her. But yeah, I do. I love dogs. I love dogs. You're a people pleaser, not in a bad way. Yes, but also sometimes in a bad way. Sometimes I will go out of my way to do something for someone, even if it is at like my own expense. Like I use up way too much of my own energy to do it. So I am a people pleaser in a good way sometimes, but also it sometimes sort of turns on me because sometimes I go a little bit too far, if that makes sense. You're not scared of anything. No, I'm scared of lots of things. On like a really simple scale, I'm scared of spiders. I'm scared of heights. I'm scared of, I have like, I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I fear large bodies of water where I have like a fear of being stranded in a large body of water. Like I can swim fine. I, go to the beach every opportunity I have, but I have a like unshakable fear of being in open ocean and not being able to see land. Anyone relate to that? But other than that, I also fear very like real life stuff. I've been really anxious ever since, this quarantine stuff started. I'm really scared of being sick. I hate it. So that's a very real fear of mine. And then the other one is my biggest fear in the entire world is that I'll wake up one day and I won't be able to do this anymore. I won't be able to make videos. Whether I'm just not making enough money to do it anymore, or maybe like there's a policy change and like no one's able to react to anything on YouTube or Twitch, stuff like that. That's probably my biggest fear though. You're a Game of Thrones fan? Nope, I've never seen a single episode. I feel like you're very energetic as a person generally. Yes, it's kind of always been like that. I've always kind of been the Energizer Bunny. Whether that's, for example, I was the mascot at my high school. So like my senior year, when you're a senior at my high school, someone is selected to be the mascot for the year, to basically go to a bunch of sporting events and support the teams. And I was chosen to do that senior year, and it was awesome. That was like the highlight of my whole year, was being able to run around in the costume and, support my friends. But yeah, I am very energetic. This is true. You care a lot about the people that support you. Yes, I absolutely do. And it's not just like and I've said this before, I don't want to be cringy about it, but the easiest way to say this is to just repeat it, but I've always fully believed that I don't have any fans. I got a whole lot of friends though. 116,000 is the number I'm looking at on my screen right now. 116,000 friends. That's a lot of people. But I don't really see any of y'all as fans. I think if you've decided to take the time to subscribe, you probably are looking at me and saying, you know what, I like what this guy has to say, or he was funny at this point, or he was relatable here, whatever. And that's what friends do to each other. You know what I mean? We look across the table while we're eating or something and we can laugh together, or we're in the car, we're jamming out, and we both, love the same part of the song. You know what I mean? That's what friends do. So yeah, I do care about y'all a lot, and I see you guys as my friends. You look always happy, but you can be very sensitive. Yes, this is also true. I've gotten, like I say, I don't really try to hide anything when I'm on camera. But sometimes I found that it's really interesting. I found that I have thicker skin when I'm recording. But when I'm not recording and I'm not creating for whatever platform it is, YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, doesn't matter, I'll find that I'm a little bit more sensitive. And I don't know why. Maybe it's just like dude, I don't know. But yeah, I guess your assumption is correct. Yeah, your assumption's correct. That you like Korean hip hop more than K-pop. Not necessarily. I definitely still listen to more K-pop, but the entire world of Korean hip hop is still just so new to me and so exciting that sometimes it might seem that my excitement is maybe a little bit more for Korean hip hop. So I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea. I just get really excited when I experience something new for the first time. And I'm still very new to Korean hip hop. You like pineapple on pizza? Yes, but when it is appropriate, right? So like, if you're gonna give me a pizza with pineapple and like sausage, that's probably pretty strange. right? But if you give me a pizza that has like pineapple and ham, pineapple and bacon, that's good, right? Y'all aren't gonna unsubscribe just because I put pineapple sparingly on pizza, right? I hope not. You play LOL. Nope, never played LOL in my life, but I have like 5,000 hours in Dota. I don't play anymore, but yeah. I'll never play League. It's all Dota over here. You pretend to like certain songs because of the views, likes. No, the only thing I do in regard to trying to get more views is sometimes I'll stay up really late or I'll get up really early and I'll try to be one of the first people that puts a reaction out. And that's because this is my job. Sometimes I do have to think like that, right? But no, I have never sat down and said, oh, I like this just because I want people to like me or I want them to enjoy the video. No, that's never happened. I'm even trying to think back just to make absolutely certain, but there's not. Like I said, I do in some cases have to think about, like I said, the speed at which I'm able to get a reaction out. But not once have I ever put on a face to say, oh, I like this or I don't. A good example is there were 2 albums recently over on Patreon that I really was not a fan of. And I won't reveal those because my patrons know which ones I'm talking about. But there were 2 albums that I really didn't enjoy. And I wasn't afraid to hold back. And, you know, I said my piece on it. I was constructive. But, yeah, I have never once sat in this chair and been like, oh, that was really good, and not actually felt that way. No, I don't do that. But yeah, that's actually it. I think I actually did, I don't know how many total I just went through, but I just went through all the ones that I had saved. So once again, shout out to all of y'all that sent in assumptions in the first place. Even if I didn't pick yours, I still really appreciate you taking the time to head on over to Instagram and do that. Like I said, if you haven't already, be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's a party over there, and we did finally hit 10K over on Instagram, but we're still like 1,000 away on Twitter. And I would really, really love if we could hit 10K on Twitter. That would make me very happy. But that's it for me, y'all. Thank you for watching the video. Hopefully this was cool and fun. And if you want me to do more stuff like this in the future, we can. I just had a ton of people that I enjoy watching do videos like this, and I realized, like I said, that I haven't told y'all anything about me in ages. So I figured it could be cool. But you know, if the video's a flop, it's a flop. So yeah, whatever. We can try new things, you know? But yeah, that's it for me. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate you very much. Tomorrow we will be back with reactions. Don't worry. Don't worry. I know today we took the day off, but tomorrow we'll get back to it. Don't worry. But yeah, I'm out of here. Thank y'all for watching. Till next time. Love y'all very much, and peace. Bye.